Okay. Thank you, everybody, for your input, for your feedback. I do appreciate it. A little bit of lag in the video was expected because I get that when I view it on my end as well. And I've got a 250 megabit per second upload download pipeline here, and I'm still getting a little of that jerkiness going on. So I think that's all right, though. It gets me out of, well, it lets me do something dramatic, and it also gets me out of a sticky situation with my streaming software. So I may just go for it and use it anyway. The final version, I can probably compress a bit more, even. So maybe we'll give that some thought. All right, so on tonight's agenda, we have to get some screenshots. The screenshots I'm going to be using to process and finish out the animation that you just looked at. So tonight we're going to be getting into Skyrim. We're going to be looking to get some dramatic screenshots. We're going to be processing them in Photoshop. We're going to be working them into a third draft of the opening using Adobe After Effects. And we'll see how we're doing after that's all done. That's the plan. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm doing fine. All right, so let's take a look at our saves, and we are going to go back to an old save. I want to go back to the save just before the Battle of Whiterun. So we are going to look at what we've got here. And I'm pretty sure I'll know it when I see it, because I know exactly the spot where I done the saving to. Not you. You? No. You? Maybe I don't know where I done the saving. Candle Hearth. This might be Candle Hearth Hall. It would have been before Solstheim, right? Yes, it would have been, because Lucian was not fighting with us in that battle. So that's fine. All right. Now, there's some stuff that's probably not going to be working in here. I am not overly concerned about it. Well, there he is. This is Lucian, right? Lucian Flavius. Maximus. Forgotten City. First lesson, Golden Claw. Dawn Guard. Imperial Colovian Star. Delayed burial in my time of need. Blah, 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 blah. Battle of Windhelm. Okay. Well, I reckon I guessed wrong. That's fine. Let's look further, shall we? Okay. Now, Candlehearth Hall is here. This one, perhaps? Or maybe this one. Ah, yes. I think it was before this. Let's zip on down here. Ah, here we go. Now, let's see. This is Windhelm, so this may be the point at which we said, screw you, it's time to fight. I'm thinking that might be the one. So let's go there. Yeah, this is it right here. Because I had another save here that was just as the battle started, and I overwrote that one. So if we want to play out that battle, we got to go here. Let's do that. Oh, fine. Oh, boy. Yeah, this profile is hanging on by a thread. Well, if it isn't the cocksuckers. Listen, I have a message for you.
Make it quick. I'm a busy man.
I have a message from the Jarl of Whiterun, eh?
Is that so? I've been wondering when he'd come around. Oh, what's this? You're quite brave to carry such a message. It's a pity you've chosen the wrong side.
Oh, I have not chosen the wrong side.
To the man who sent it, and tell him he should prepare to entertain visitors.
The fact of the matter is, I have chosen nothing ever in my life, except to join the army, and after that, my choices were over. Okay.
Watch over you.
I will see you on the battlefield, cloaksuckers. That is my name for you, for now and forever. Cloaksuckers, huh? Come on, it's time. Boom. Oh, that one stays. That one must stay in the story, CouchWarrior. Cloaksucker. That is clever of me, don't you think? Have you ever gotten so... Well, hello, what the fuck? What did I do wrong, eh? Did I piss someone off?
You're mine.
How am I yours? I just got here.
No sign of him.
What the fuck is happening right now? I am at the cloaksucker. That was offensive.
You're mine.
Ah, Toggle God mode. Thank you very much. Have at it, guys. Enjoy. Ah, that's better. All right. Now we're doing a bit better, huh? Okay. All right, set me free, CouchWarrior. I'm ready. Okay, come on. Come on, one at a time. Let's be fair. Come on. No flanking.
I've slain a horde of venom in
Oh shit, my back is broken. What is happening? Why is this happening? Why are they attacking me?
Never should have come here.
Randori says, oh my god, what's happening?
Getting out the
All right, cloaksuckers, I'm leaving. Fine. Cheap shot. That is a cheap shot. Another cheap shot. Out we go. Okay. That was interesting. Oh, cloaksuckers everywhere. Shit. Windhelm Sentinel. What does that even mean? What does that mean? Whoa! Which way am I going? I'm fainting left, I'm fainting right. You are wasting ammunition. This is very unsatisfying. Whoa, wait. Which way am I going to go? This way? That way? Which? Whoa, 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 whoa.
Someone do something. That your best, huh?
Sit down. Okay. Strange. Okay, now we go. The war is on. What? Wait a minute. Wait. That is a girly run. That is not my kind of run. Wait. Let us see. Mod configuration. Okay, we got special jumping from the CouchWarrior right here. Press that. Reset. Alright. Test. Oh, that is manly. Ha! Alright. Now, let us go. Alright, that was very strange. I'm not sure what that was all about, but fun. Alright, so we need to get some quality screenshots here. So we need to work our way toward the battle. It would be good to get some shots of people fighting, obviously, but good also get some shots of probably some siege equipment. That kind of yes. Wow. Awful.
We are routed. Fall back.
We are routed. And it is fish. Welcome, fish. You are back. I should disable you. Disable. Bye.
Never should have come here.
All right. Let's make our way up there. We're going to go to Dragon's Reach, and then from there, we will activate the war. And then we will zip around like wild banshees, trying to get some shots. How does that sound? How do you all feel about banshees? There are no banshees in Skyrim. The closest thing we have to banshees is perhaps, wisp mothers, eh? Come on, trees, come on in. It's time. Time for you to show your branches, as it were. It is a horse called Fish. It is a custom horse that no one knows where it came from. It is a mystery. I thought it belonged to the Beowfish, but it is not his horse. It is in fact from another mod that is yet unidentified. Alrighty. So, before the fighting starts, let's scope this out. What have we got? Now, what I want are screenshots that do not feature any of the characters from the story, including Kaleo. So, we are going to be looking for dramatic shots that just involve the random people you find around Skyrim. What is the point? Nothing specific to the story. Characters, that is. Okay. So what we will probably do is start at the gate and just kind of play possum. We will back it up until the fighting gets nice all up in this business here. Would be nice. This would be a grand setting for a screenshot, eh? Okay. Hello, Mr. Farmer. It is time for war. Oh, you're going to get more than a nip in a minute. Welcome to the game, everyone. No. Kaleo does not have time for the chatting with the old women. I am busy. I have to earn a living.
I'd be a lot warmer and a lot happier with a belly full of meat.
Of course.
No lollygagging.
How about I punch you in the face, huh? What is this lolly dragon everyone speaks of? I have seen no such dragon. He is delivering a message, eh?
Best of terms is a good defense.
He's
Am I
very
right?
fast.
Sir,
Not as fast as Kaleo, but quite fast.
Take a moment to breathe, soldier.
Is your skin working yet? Oh, I see it is not.
Breathe. Damn Stormcloak.
Reporting in, huh?
Stormcloaks are here. In force. Get down to the front line. This is it. We must hold the city. Now move it.
I knew you were going to say that.
I've been looking for you.
Oh, come on.
Not something I'm supposed to deliver.
Seriously.
Your hands only. Let's see here.
This
I
is a
have
bad
letter
time.
here for you.
You understand,
Looks
there
like
is
that's it.
fighting going on.
Got to go.
Yes, goodbye.
Riches beyond imagining.
Oh shit,
I
goodbye.
found these words inscribed in ancient dwarven ruins.
Another wanderer.
We have to make sure that thing does not trigger during an episode. It is
My
asinine.
brother
eh?
went in a few days ago and hasn't returned. I need someone I can count on to go in after him and bring him back alive.
Everyone can count
I've
on the
heard
dog,
great
huh?
things about you, which is why I'm asking for your help.
Yes, stay
I'll
sharp.
be waiting for you in the ruins. Please hurry.
Please
And
hurry.
remember,
And you can shut up now.
beyond imagining.
And you can shut up now. And it is time to shut up. Are you pansies getting ready to fight? Come on. It's time for war. Which for me is playtime, huh? Kick the ball. Hey, score. No, not this time, huh? What are we shooting at this time? Are you serious? They let that guy in for the Vindicator, huh? Nice. What is this shit? Storms. Right. Okay. Let us observe here. Are there any possible shots we could get from this space? Do we not defend ourselves? Do we not have siege equipment of our own? Of course we do. Look at this. Okay. Let's look at this for a minute. Alright. TFC. SUCSM. 5. Okay. STTM. 0.0001. Excellent. Let's look. Okay. We're looking to frame a shot. So, what we're going to do is get several shots that could be having good potential. So, we could start this way. Turning on the TM. So, bang. There's one right there. Okay? Nice. Not bad. But when we put our effects on it, it's probably going to look like shit. However, what is this? What are we shooting? Oh, those? Really? That is the best we can do, eh? Okay. So, how about dramatic of the thing flying through the air, right? Like, this is a good spot here, if you want to find something flying through the air. So, to do this, let's SGTM 0.01, slow way down, huh? Boom, ba-bing. Now we are on the ready with the button. Anything happening? No. SGTM 0.1 and go. Come on. You know you want to. Come on. Come on. And this is not a... Ooh, that's one went over there. That one went. Maybe this one go next. They go in succession. It's amazing how they fired themselves. It is the pinnacle of engineering. Self-firing and loading catapults. It is amazing. Okay. So, we are waiting for it to fire. We wait patiently. If you have a drink, now is the time to sip from it. And then, when the time comes, we hit the button and we freeze it in place for the dramatic shot. We are going to take more than one shot. One as it rises. And then one as the flaming projectile flies beyond our vision. That is what we do. Come on. Quickly now. I haven't all day. Who is firing next? Anyone. We are getting creamed. Ooh, look at that. What? Wait, who? That one went. Oh, shit, we missed it. Excellent. We are next. We must be... Oh, God, that looks good. Okay, come on now. I'm waiting. Oh, God, that looks good. Look at that. Shit. Here we go. Ready? Get ready. Sometimes you have to wait for your shot. It takes patience, people. I think this is gonna be a money shot. Assuming I can get it. Shit. Oh. No! How come this one isn't firing? That is pissing me off, huh? This one does not fire? What? There's two shots there. Come on now. Okay. If no one is on the battlements to see it fire, does a catapult actually fire? That is the question of the ages. It's going to happen just because you're watching. Yes, that's it. Come on. It's the fucking watched pot, not boiling. Okay, maybe this soldier has something to do with it. He gets into position like, hey, I'm a spotter. Here we go. Already set. Ooh, that other one is cocked already. See, he looks like he's in firing position now. I see movement. I see things. Come on now. What is happening to you? CouchWarrior TV, the most exciting streams in all of the internet. We wait for catapults to fire. If that one fires again, I should be pissed. If I see it moving even a little bit, we are jamming on this button. Oh yes, there are men firing these. He's in position like he's going to do something, but he is paralyzed with indecision. It's it. And oh, come on. Ah! Okay, now SGTM 0.01. Let's slow way down, eh? Let's just buy ourselves a little time as it does its thing. Okay, so first, let's get foreground like this in the wood. It's got to be up high enough that we can picture what this is happening right now. Okay, we are going to get. Okay. TM. We take that shot. TM.
Immediately.
Oh, really? That's how it works? That's strange, huh? Well, shit. Okay, we need to slow this down. SGTM .001. See how this materializes, eh? It's going to look quite strange if there's two things. Unless we take it like this, eh? Ooh, hey, welcome. SGTM .0001. Okay, now hold on there. Okay, we'll get the big wooden spoon in the foreground. Okay, now let's position it in the corner of the shot. Okay, now hopefully here's the GTM .01. Go. Kachunga. Okay, hold on there. SGTM. Okay, I'm going to position this differently now. Okay, how about like this? We'll get one like that. Okay, we got a soldier in the shot. We got catapult in the shot. We got walls and buildings in the shot. This one could be interesting. Let's see how she looks, huh? There may not be enough detail in this, but we shall see. Okay. Freeze frame. Go. Okay. Try that. Now. Down here. What are you looking at? You should be looking where you're firing. Huh? That is why we don't hit anything in this military, huh? Okay, we pull back this way a bit. Alright, take the shot. There. Okay, now. Let's do this. I'm gonna try to get a shot here. You know, this guy is coming up. And it could be kind of fun, right? To get one right down the line here. The catapults kind of doing their thing. So let's here. Interesting to see how these catapults actually work in slow-mo. It's a little visual trick, I think. Okay, and we can position maybe like this. This lets us see the catapults on down the line, but also doesn't make it obvious that we're not seeing any trees outside the walls. Okay, I'm going to take a shot there. Then I want to get something like really sort of macro, like close up, right? So I'm looking for what's good. I got to think about what's going to translate well into that black and white sketch style, you know? Not all of this will, so we'll take what shots we can get. Okay. Okay. SGTM 1 TFC. Boom. Wow. Much faster that way. All right, let's get out into the fight and see what kind of battle we can get going here. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, now the first thing we're going to do is we are going to SGTM 0.5. We're going to put everything at half speed. That'll give us more time to hopefully get things going here. Let's bust through this. We're going to let some of these enemies in. Okay, now hang on. SGTM 0.0001 TFC. TFC. TFC.
Focus on the Empire.
Okay, we get a shot of that. Okay. Okay, now we're gonna try to get the focus on this Stormcloak soldier. We're gonna pull back. Okay, now let's get him into the foreground, kind of running. We'll get some kind of diagonal motion up the screen like this. Take that. Okay. Okay. All right. SGTM 5. C. Go. All right. Now, what we want to do is we want to head over this direction. Because War Zones is functioning right now. Some of the real badasses are out here in the woods, and the ones who don't look like typical Stormcloaks. Okay, SGTM 0.0001 TFC. Now, if we take this from the right angle, we might be able to get such a shot going here that you won't really be able to distinguish the fact that this is Kaleo, right? Slow the camera down a bit. Even if I don't end up using it, it'll be a fun shot. So let's get one like this. We want it to be far enough back that you can see that he's jumping the stream, right? Which I think is fun. TM to remove the HUD. TM to bring back the HUD. Sort of like this. So we get this right here so we can get something in the frame here that clues us in, gives us some sense of dimension. Maybe like that. Okay. Now, we got to remind ourselves we're here to be the camera person. So, what we want to do is try to get good shots of these soldiers fighting each other. The longer this battle stretches out, the better off we are. We're also looking for some variety here. So let's go tag along with these archers. We should be able to see who they're fighting. Okay. Now, I'm going to let this play out just a bit. Hang on. SGTM. Find a good position. I like the idea we got someone kind of hide in the rocks. SUCSM 1. Okay. So we're going to position. And then we're going to let that arrow go. Okay. Boom. Okay. We can always get it from multiple directions. He's taking a shot at Kaleo here. But from this distance, it's hard to see who it is. So let's get this. Okay. Let's see. Let's change our angle here a bit. Make it a little bit more personal. Okay, and then we freeze it. Freeze it like that, so the arrow looks like it's not moving. Not flickering up and down anyway. Take a shot there. Damn it. All right. We need some sword swinging here. Okay. SGTM.
Best you.
Well, she's not even holding a fucking weapon. All right. So, well, he's got the look of a man who's about to die on his face. Maybe we can take advantage of that. Poor bastard. Let's keep it frozen here for a minute. SGCSM. And she's got the look of someone who's totally in control. Look at this. That's actually a really awesome shot right there. She's got the bloody club in her hand. She's ready to deal the finishing blow. Now think of that in the sketch format in kind of a morose looking intro. Kind of like that. Okay. Take that one right there. Okay. Now, let's let this play out. SGTN. I'm hoping she'll come in with a club and take a swing, but that would be ideal. There we go. Come on. He's already dead, technically. Did she take an arrow shot or something? It bugs me that she's glitching without a weapon in her hand. Yeah, these shots in the grass are kind of lousy. Anything from the ground is not great. She's looking down like that, though. Of course, you can't see the body clearly. So I think we're done here. Stop. Stop what you're doing. Go away, book. I get a little freaky on the keys sometimes. I'm trying to get them to stop doing stuff.
Bastard!
Oh, yeah. All right. So the angle that I want, I'm going to be in the shot, so let's change that. TFC. SGTM. Well, let's do 0.5. So I'm going to go forward. Okay. SGTM. Why the F are you bringing a dagger to this fight? Seriously. Okay. Okay, we could take the shot like this. We'll get one like this. Hide that lame-ass weapon he's got. TM. All right. Now, let's let this evolve. Okay. Ooh, look at the look on his face, too. Eyes wide, right? So if we can find a good angle... Actually, I might just go right through her. And maybe focus on him. We'll get the pole arm. But what I like is we're going to get... the look of panic on his face, right? So let's bring it up till we're happy. We can see an enemy in the background. Okay. Have the spear, the halberd come into the foreground like that. Right. Okay, we got that. I think maybe I've milked this scene for all I can get. SGT.
Glory of the Empire! That's it! That's your best! Yeah!
Ah, we're getting floaters. Oh, yeah, this guy's, like, on his last stand. He's surrounded. Okay, let's just let this evolve. See what happens. Guys, ever seen that famous picture of Custer's last stand? Yeah, this reminds me of that. Big battle raging with Custer standing on the top of the hill, and you can see someone taking aim at him with a rifle. He's about to meet his end, and he doesn't know it. Kind of feels like that, doesn't it? I don't know if this one's a keeper, but I'm going to take it anyways. You never know. We're going to need lots of screenshots in this series, so... Okay, hang on. Okay, let's get the point of that spear into the lower right-hand corner. That is a pretty nice shot right there. Take that one. Customer's last stand, yes. Customer's last stand. Filmed in a Walmart near you. God, he's kind of holding his own. He's in light armor. Come on, buddy. You got this. Holy shit. All right, all right. Oh, this guy's gonna make it.
That's all you've got? No more? I yield.
Oh, they both went down.
Half of this.
Oh, jeez. And this creep. All right, let's keep our eyes open here. Let's get a few more. Enough of that. We've gotten some good ones like that. All right, let's head on over. Let's head on over to Camp Argentum. I've got some other thoughts for some shots that will require some additional soldiers. All right, what I want to do is there's an opportunity here at the camp to set up a scene where we can get some shots of soldiers in a line with their shields and all that kind of stuff. I'd love to see that one, if we can get it. But we may have to help them win this battle first. Of course, at this fort, it seems like the battle is never over. All right, we got to turn the tide of this battle, and then we will Okay, let's try something else. I don't know how I feel about these cannon things. I'm not completely bought into that whole concept yet. Just wondering if there's an opportunity here for a better shot. There really isn't. Hang on. Ah. It's a good shot. Take that. Let's move a little bit forward. Maybe get this threesome here. Oh, there's another guy there. Okay. That is actually a great shot. Let's get it. Oh, that guy's fucked.
Remember, hit the one in the middle.
God. Remember, hit the one in the middle. Ugh. Ugh. Flames do not hurt me, for I am God. All right, let's head back to the camp.
You're outmatched.
Okay, I've already got some good shots from the camp here. I was just hoping to get soldiers in a line, but I'm not going to be able to wait here, am I? Am I? Oh, sure. Okay, so I've done some calculations. Based on my calculations, they line up in the morning around 6. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to like 10. See what happens. Dan calculations. Calculations. Found you. I've been fighting all night. Damn it. Wah, wah. Come on in, y'all. It's roll call time. There you go. Come on in. Come on in. Now, if you get the timing right, these guys will line up for a roll call. And I want to say it was like between 5 and 6 a.m. in the morning that they would do that. Here we go. Here we go. Lining up. Nice. Come on, everybody. And then their commanding officer, he comes out and he stands in front of them, and it does basically like an inspection. It's freaking awesome. Okay. Boom. Okay. SGTM. Now, their commanding officer is not here yet. We're not screwing around. We're going to get a shot of this first. Kind of interesting with them all looking the same direction. Right? Oh, that's kind of great. Okay, let's get that one. Then let's let this play out and see if the commander comes out. There we go. Everybody, take your places. Awesome. It's getting better and better every time. And we got a dead body slithering on the ground in the grass where you can't see it. That's interesting. Okay, great. SGTM. All right, let's check this out. Okay, we'll ignore that. Maybe we can use this gap, right? Oh, that's nice. Right there. Okay. And that'll just look like a dead body on the ground, right? So... bam, we got that. Okay. Now let's go and try and get one over the shoulder of the commander, right? That could be sort of fun. Like this. And if we pull back enough, we can get that banner in the corner as well. Yeah? Okay, I think we're just about at the end of this. Let's get one like this too. I like compositions where we've got stuff kind of moving diagonally across the screen like this. Take that one too. All right. Okay, cool. I think that's good. Okay, let's do this. Okay. I'm going to get one more with Kaleo in it. need to frame this up a little bit better. This guy to my right's kind of fucking up the program. Maybe we keep him in. No, he's got to go. Something like that. Okay. Okay, I think that's going to do it. Now, let's get out of here and go and see what chaos we have wrought in our Skyrim directory. All right. Good fun. So in my opener, I've got about 5 screenshots that I want to replace. So we're going to go through what we've got here, take a look at it, pick out what the best 5 shots are, and we're going to go with that. Okay. Now here's our sketch main. All right. So we're going to flip through these guys. How are these numbered? Not anywhere near the same. Let's start with 90. What do we got? Okay. That's an old one. Okay, that's a new one. Okay, so 91 is garbage. 92 is garbage. 93 has a possibility of being okay. What we're looking for is probably, I'm thinking, 1 catapult shot, 1 artillery shot. This one is all right, but I'm concerned that once I process it, it's going to be very difficult to tell what this is. This one might be the best. This is a pretty good one, just because we've got the machine, we can see it shooting up into the sky, we've got the artilleryman firing it, etc. This one kind of shows them in battle array, but there's no action going on. And this one is I think is an interesting one that would be good for another purpose, but probably not for our lead-in. So let's go back, and we'll note this one is 95. All right. All right, so we're going to process this. We're going to convert this to a background layer, so it's locked. Create a new layer. We're going to call it brush. Okay. Okay. So then I've just been using a black brush. I'm going to go to our standard here. This is on the big side, but it's, I don't want to size it down too much. So like, as long as we're around 150, we'll be consistent. So now we got to look at the composition and the areas that we want in the frame and the areas that we don't. We've got some clipping going on here, so I'm going to hide this. I want to only highlight the areas that we want in it. So I'm going to kind of go along here, I think. Get some of this. Probably some of that. We're going to get this. Something like that. Okay. So let's bring up the size on that. Okay. So what I do is I kind of rough in the area that I want, and then I fill it in. So I give it a rough outline, I fill it in, and then I kind of go back and I try to make, you know, some of these edges, you know, kind of give them a little swooping sort of effect, just so they, you know, things look sort of organic, right? And then we'll give it a test and see how it turns out. That is a soft brush. Yes. There you go. Now that's clear enough. We can definitely tell what's going on here. Now I'm thinking about what this would look like in the context of the opener, and whether or not this is suitable for the opener, because the way the opener is constructed, we get a few seconds with each image, and the outsides of the edges are obscured. So this may not be the best choice for that. So I'm going to highlight everything, copy merge, and then we're going to drop it in with our other images, and we've got our overlaying effects that I've created myself separately, and that's the end product. Now that is the image that would go into the opener, which is pretty great. Let's think about that. We can always try it in the opener, and if it looks awkward or looks like it's not going to work, we can change it up. Okay, so that was 95. Okay, let's flip. Let's go back again just to make sure. I decided this one wasn't good, like it would be too hard to tell what this is, but I guess we don't know until we process it, right? So maybe we'll try processing it and see how it turns out. I definitely like the drama of that shot. So maybe in black and white, it'll look more convincing. All right, so I created a little action for myself that will set these images up for me. So I'm just selecting Sketch Prep, and I'm activating my action. It creates all the layers for me. And now I am going to figure this out. So we know we need this. Okay. We know we need this. And I think this rooftop might help to give it some context or whatever. And then we'll kind of do a swoop up in this direction. Okay. We're going to need all of this, and we're going to need all of this. I'm trying to tell as much of a story as I can with these pictures, with using, you know, not all of the image if I don't have to. So let's leave some space in there, and then we'll kind of curve this out this way. Okay. Go. I like it, but it's not immediately obvious what the fireball in the foreground is. There's not enough of a trail behind it, I feel like, to tell, especially when you're looking at it in the context of just a few seconds inside of an opener. I think this could be a good one that we could use as one of our load screens. I think it'd be excellent for a load screen. So we're going to keep it, but it's not of the quality that we need for the opener. So let's close these. These are done. All right, so let's move on to our battle images. And if we get through battle images and we don't have 5 good ones, then we can come back and think about what we've got going on here. This one, okay, 99 is good. 100 might be better. 99 is good. 100 might be better. That one's a non-starter. So let's try 100. Okay. All right. So this one, we are going to really focus mostly on the subjects of our shot, okay? We're going to zoom up here and down here like this. We're going to get some ground so we can kind of see the soldier's feet planted on the ground. Okay. So we're going to zoom up like this. And we're going to loop down like that. And we'll peel off this a ways. Now, because I'm using a soft brush, the action is going to incorporate some things that are outside the brushed area. Just a little bit, because it's kind of feathering. Jeez, I got a good feeling. Yeah. I got a good feeling. Okay. And I like it even better when I drop it into my own template. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think that one's a keeper. You can definitely see what's going on there. Okay, so let's keep going. So the previous one was this one. This is a pretty dramatic one, though, too. So let's get them both. Whichever ones we don't use in the opener, I can use in other things. Like I can use them as part of the slideshow when people come into the lobby for live streams, or I can put them in as load screens, or both. So that's cool. All right, so this one. We're going to go down like this. All right, cool. It's pretty quick. I was doing so many of these that I decided I should just make my own action that did all the required setup, and that speeds things up a little bit. But my goal was to get this process down, right? Because I want to be able to make a lot of these as we go along in the story, and then incorporate those in as load screens. So as the adventure moves forward, as the story progresses, we will be adding new load screens to the lineup as well that feature things that have happened in the past in the story. Okay, I like this one better than the other one. I like this better than the other one, I think. I mean, this one's cool and everything, but I don't think it has the drama of that. Yeah, that's good. Okay. All right. This one's going in the opener for sure. All right, so that's one. 4 more to go. All right. So we've got a shot already that looks an awful lot like this. So I think one with an arrow in the foreground is pretty awesome. What is that? 103. Okay. So let's do this. So I've been thinking about the launch date for this, and I'm hoping that I can launch it just before the marathon, or maybe even coordinate the launch of the story with the marathon, perhaps. I'm not sure. That's kind of what I'm thinking. All right. Anything that we don't color in is just going to be sort of that kind of sketchy background look. And it's okay to have some of that, but not too much. So let's get some more of this. There we go. Let's try that. Oh, look at that arrow pop. That's going to be great. That is going to be great. Oh, yeah. Yep, that one's a keeper too. That one's going to go in the opener. Okay, so let's see. We've got 2 kind of archery shots, I guess, sending, receiving kind of shots. We need to get the battle shots now. We need to get serious about those. So that gives us 3 shots left for battle. I want to try to get... The opener has a morose quality to it, and it's designed to be that way. So being able to get some shots with the death throws in them, I think, is important. And this one in particular, I think, has a lot of potential. We're showing a lot of things that are dark in that intro. Tombstones, swords, with, skulls with swords jammed through them, things like that. I think something like this could help. So let's setup action. Okay. All right. So, he's going to be a big part of our focus. And we also need to get her. Okay, let's curve this down. Like that. I like that how his hand is positioned as well. It looks like he's holding a wound, you know? Okay, let's taper this off. I'm trying to be consistent in the way that I shade these so that they look like they were created by the same artist. So I'm always kind of continuing to the edges and trying to create curved lines where the sketches end and stuff, hoping that I can kind of make them look sort of consistent in that way. Go. It's the moment before the killing blow. It also helps to emphasize this idea. I like to have a picture or two in there that emphasize the idea that the Imperials are not guaranteed to win this war, right? It'll help to enhance the sense of danger around what we're doing. That combined with the darkness of it, the morose quality of it, the condition of Skyrim with the forests and feeling alien, I think that'll all be awesome. All that stuff will hopefully work together. Yeah. The lighting is interesting on that one. Okay. Okay, this one was good too. This is almost like a portrait, right? It's like a portrait of the solitary soldier, right? So 106 is good. This one I thought I was happy with until I got this one. So 106 is good. 109 is good. 106. 109. This one is okay, but I think this one's better. 106, 109, 111. God, these are good too. Shit. Although these are dark, and the dark ones like this don't always sketch well. So let's stick with what we know for sure for now. 106. 109. 111. Okay. So this one, what we're going to do, we're going to focus on what he's looking at. So we're going to get this. He's got kind of a grimace on his face. You can sort of tell he's looking across the plain or the battlefield, and the enemy's coming. and he's, you know, working up the nerve to do what what he knows he needs to do, right? Which is something I like about this one. Let's get that one. Hey, Panic Monk is here. Oh, I'm liking this one. He's angry, scared, all at once, right? He's trying to get himself psyched up. He's wishing he didn't have a dagger in his right hand right now. Okay. Excellent. All right. That one I like a lot. That one's going in for sure. This one I'm not so sure. I mean, I like the idea of the death throw here, but I hate the way it's lit. So we'll think about that one. Okay, so this one... Go up to our brush. All right. So, this guy, he's the one we're concerned with, right? So, let's get this corner. We're going to branch off from this corner. What's going on in this corner? Anything? No. Okay, so let's go up to about here, and we'll swoop up and carve out some of this grass. Okay, and then we'll get the end of the halberd. And we'll get some of those rocks. This one is interesting, right? Because you have the tough guy with the big bloody weapon juxtaposed with the fact that he's been flanked and doesn't know it. Like, the attack is coming, we can see it, but he can't. And it sort of has that... The composition reminds me of this idea that no one's invincible in war, right? Which... I think is kind of an interesting thought. So let's see how this looks. I'm leaving an awful lot out of the sketch, but we'll see. And the angle of it, too, and the point of the spear in the lower right corner gives it a real sense of motion and menace, which I love. It's kind of cool. All right, here we go. Please be good. Okay. Okay, let's get it into our template so we can see what it really looks like. All right, that might definitely be a keeper. That's pretty good. Okay. The last one was 11. This is a good one, although it is reminiscent of the portrait one we have. Again, we've got a bunch of soldiers anticipating battle, right? But let's run it through our process and see what we think. So this one, we're going to carve out a space here. I'm thinking we're going to take all of this, make it black. Kind of leave some of those corners rough. Please be good, everyone. It is almost time to go get another beverage. Come on now. Cooperate. Okay. It's cool. I don't know if it's opener cool. All right, so this one goes in the opener for sure. I like this one for the opener. I'm not sure on this one. I'm thinking no for the opener on this one. It doesn't look as good as I thought it would. This one is going in the opener. This one is going in the opener. Okay? So basically what that means is we need to come up with one more image. And I'm hoping that we'll get something good out of this lineup of soldiers. Let's see. So let's look at the lineup. This one is very cool. I like it a lot. It looks like the men are kind of casually conversing with one another before they receive an address from their commanding officer, which is great. This one is pretty dramatic, but I don't think it's lit in a way that would be conducive to an opener sketch. This one is dramatic in that we've got such a long line of soldiers, which I think is, it just gives, it's got a great sense of scale to it, which I love. And these are going to be used in some other way. So as far as I can tell, we've basically got this option, and this option. This option, this one is not lit well enough for us to use, and it doesn't include the commanding officer. So that is going to have to be, we'll save that one for another time. For the opener, this one's okay. I don't think I like it as much as this one, however. Although this one really gives you a sense that this is a group under command, right? The other ones, it could be just a cluster of people talking. So let's try this one first, and we'll see how it turns out. If it's not doing it for us, then, because we only need one more, then we're going to go into Adobe After Effects, and we're going to put these into the opener, and we're going to try a little test and see how we like it. All right, so let's like this. Be fun to get those targets in there, I think. This one has enough going on with the camp in the frame as well that I think you just get a better sense for what's going on. In fact, let's take this whole corner because we've got views of the wall in there, all that good stuff. All right. There's an Adobe related effects. I've never used it though. I can't afford the license. It's too expensive. This might be too freaking dark. Oh, there we go. It's lightening up a bit. Not bad. Let's see how it looks. Now we can make changes in my template too to light this a little bit better. That's always an option. Okay, cool. All right, so we're gonna keep this one. Now on this one, I could increase the brightness a bit. I can just bring it up a little bit like that, right? And then we'll come back down for the other ones and just adjust accordingly. Most of these I'm making them pretty contrasty, so the contrast is really high, and then I'm adjusting the brightness as needed at the time I export these. Okay, so let's do... The lower left is a little bit strange, but remember, once it gets into our opener, we're not really going to see the lower left very much. We're going to be focused on what's in frame. So... Okay, so let's see. Okay, that's the first one. Okay, here's the next one. Now we're going to bring this down. This one looks a little bit better, I think, darker. On the darker side. And the other thing too is we've got kind of an antiquing sort of effect here, and all of that gets pulled out and they become strictly grayscale once I import them into my opener. So that's going to change them a little bit too. Okay. So that one's a keeper. Okay. And I said I liked this one as well. So this is number 3. Okay. This one is number 4. And number 5. Okay. So this guy, we're going to shut this down. We don't need to save that. But this is our master, okay? And this master has our overlay effects, and it's got all the layers we've created so far in here. So I'm going to save this one. Interestingly enough, I've been considering the thumbnails for this series, and I could use this process on the thumbnails too, kind of tie it all together, I guess. That would be sort of interesting. I may have to modify the template slightly, though, to just make sure that, you know, everything looks good at small size. Okay, so let's close this. All right. If you need a beverage, go get it now. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to fire up After Effects, and we're going to update the opener. Okay, we are back. Now, as you can see, I'm saving them all into a base folder that I'm using as the slideshow for my desktop. It saves me a step. So everything that I think is a keeper is kind of going in there, and then they end up in the slideshow, which will be visible in the lobby before live streams and stuff like that. That's kind of how I do the slideshow. My options with my streaming tools are so limited that it doesn't have slideshow capability built into it, so... Okay, After Effects is kind of a confusing animal, so... brace yourself. It takes a little bit, just a different way of thinking. Okay. Unpledged opener. Okay. So, first thing we got to do is we've got to go through each scene and figure out which ones are going to be replaced. And then we'll go scene by scene and we'll drop new media into each one. So to start with, I'm just kind of going through this slowly. You can see that green line that's forming there. That means it's rendering as I pull the pointer across here. Now this opening shot, I like it. I love this opening shot of the eagle. You know, this kind of dark and brooding giant edifice. Okay, this one is going to get replaced. This one is the complicated one because it also has to serve as a good backdrop for our logo. This one is going to get replaced because even though this is a picture of a dead soldier, which kind of has that sort of feel that we're going for, it's shot in such a way that you can't really tell exactly what it is until the split second before it's gone. All right, so this one's going to go away. This one is going to stay. This one is going to stay. This one is going to go. This one is going to go because it's specific to Kaleo. Like I said, I don't want anything in the opener that's specific to Kaleo. This one will stay, but may possibly move. I don't know. I like that one. And this one has to go also because it's got Kaleo in it. So I need to think about what is a good one to finish on. Personally, I feel like it'd be really great to come in on something inanimate and to go out on something inanimate. So I think this could be a really cool, dramatic final shot, right? So I may move this that it's scene number 8. I'm going to find my image. Okay, it's number 2. All right, so we're going to open this scene. Now, the media... Let's see, that's scene 8. Where I actually want it is I want it in scene 9. So let's shut this down. I want to keep it relatively uncluttered if I can. Okay, so this is the one we're going to replace. So media 9, that's where we need image 2 to go. All right. So we're going to move it down, reposition it here, and then this guy, that's the one that was there. That's an image of Kaleo. That's going to go away. All right, so we got that. Scene 9. Scene 9 is good. All right. So we've got our kind of the opening piece, the closing piece. Now we got to figure out what's going to be a good backdrop for this logo. I'm actually thinking that this, the tombstone here, would be a good backdrop for that. So I think we're going to reposition that. Okay, that's image 11. And it needs to go into, well, it is in scene 4. We want it to go into scene 2. So let's grab it. And it's going to go into scene 2. And it's going to go below the Unpledged logo. Okay. I feel like the backdrop for the logo has to be something that's not too busy. And if we've got like an expressive face or an action scene, that's not going to be a good backdrop for the logo. The idea of a tombstone as the backdrop for the Unpledged logo, I think, is fantastic, because we all know Elegy for the Fallen. Basically, we're saying this is a death song for the fallen. It's perfect. So that's going to be good. All right. So we got that taken care of. I'm digging that. Let's go back to our montage. All right, so scene 1 is good. Scene 2 is good. Now scene 3. Firstly, what else were we going to use here? We were going to keep this. What I'm trying to do is sort of tell a story here, in a way. So what if we do this? What if we take this banner? The banner is in scene 5. And we're going to move the banner to scene 3. So the banner goes to scene 3. Okay, banner is image 12. And it goes to scene 3. Okay. So then we go from this monolithic thing to the backdrop for the elegy, to the image of the banner, and then from there, I think we go to our soldiers in a line. And then we take our soldiers we go from our soldiers in a line to our soldiers in battle to our closing scene of the sword through the skull. And it tells a story from we enter the land of Skyrim, we see who's going to do the fighting, they do the fighting, and someone's lost, right? Someone's fallen. It kind of, going in that order, I think, would really be kind of a nice little story encapsulated in a 1-minute opener. So to do that, first thing we got to do is we're going to import the images that we want. So multiple files. Now, we got to grab them. So we got this one, this one, this one. This one. Why? Why you do that? Let's finish that. Okay. All right, so from the banner, we're going to scene 4. And the image we want is our soldiers lined up and they're going to go into scene 4, so let's drop them in. Okay. Let's take out this one we're not going to use. Okay. All right. So then get into our fighting, which is scene 5. Let's take a look at what we've got here. So we've used that. 16, 17, 18. Let's see. I feel like the archery ones, I want to break them up. So let's start with an archery one. And I think let's start with the enemy taking a shot at the Imperials. That would be scene 5, image 19. Okay. Then we're going to just alternate, I think. So then this will be a battle person, which I'm inclined to use this guy. That would be scene 6. That is a good-looking shot in that montage, I think. Okay, and that would make this bow shot number 2, which is scene 7. So this guy right here, scene 7. Okay, and that takes us to our final scene. This one will be our halberd guy, which is scene 8. Okay. Save that guy quick. All right, now it's going to take me a while to render this. I won't do that here, but let's just kind of breeze through it in preview mode here. It'll look a little bit rough, but things are kind of slowly going to come into focus as I run this along. Okay. Of course, you're seeing this in preview mode, so it's going to be pixelated and muddy, so don't worry about that. Once I render it at full quality, so it takes a little while to render. And the final version of this, I will be rendering with no music at all. Just the video. So then I can show the video through the game capture software, and then I can run the theme music through my mixing board. Okay. So that gets us to soldiers. Arrow shot. Soldier's response. Arrow shot number 2. Halberd guy. And kind of a morose closer. Now, it's possible that I may add some additional scenes to this. I'm not sure. I've got, a couple more options here in reserve that I've disabled, and I was thinking about pulling those forward and doing some overlays. I really want to try to keep the opener to a minute or less, and right now it's at exactly 1 minute. So I'd like to keep it pretty brief. And when it plays, it actually feels like less than a minute, but it's actually at exactly 1 minute. So that is pretty good, I would think. So what I'm going to do is after the live stream tonight, I will render this and I will drop it out there for you guys to look at. I'll drop a link on Discord so you can kind of look at the finished product. And again, it's not completely done yet, but what I've been doing to this point is just making rough versions of it to see how it works visually and to see how it works with a music pairing and all of that good stuff. You really don't know the effect that you're going to have on a viewer until you try it. So you just got to try it. And you guys may have noticed I went with a different musical piece for the opener than I was originally planning to. The reason I did that is after going through and kind of making the opener, playing it through, I'm like, wow, this really seems dark. I feel like it needs a theme that's sort of understated. So that's why I went with that. Once it's done fully rendering here, it's kind of doing its preview render. I'll play it back through at full speed. We'll see how it looks, what kind of feel we get from it. You can see it's kind of rendering the frames as it goes. There. So that song is actually quite short. It's called Somnolescence, which is a word referring to the inability to sleep or insomnia. And I think the song itself is pretty darn brief. Yeah. It's less than 2 minutes, the whole song. So we're using just over half of it, I think, for this. And the other thing that'll be nice about it is doing it in this way will allow me to play the video and have the music keep going as a backdrop after the video is done playing and we launch into the story, right? There you go, and then it just repeats. So what I'm doing is I'm exporting this as an AVI file, and then I'm importing it into Adobe Premiere, saving it out as an MP4, and adding some effects. So it's in Premiere where I'll add on the CouchWarrior logo stinger at the beginning and all that stuff. Now, the added bonus of this is that it allows me to get around some problems or some deficiencies I have with my streaming software. My streaming software only allows for a total of 10 slides. And what I've discovered is that I can take a video like this and I can overlay it on top of an image. So the first thing I did was I put down the image of a story loading, and then I placed this over the top of it. So once I activate this, they'll see the intro, and then it'll just go to story loading, and the music will keep playing while I fuss around getting the story ready, right? So we'll have basically story loading, the intro logo, and the intro piece all taken care of in one slide, which means I don't have to have a slide anymore that is for Cryo Chamber. I don't have to have a CouchWarrior TV slide anymore. I don't even need to have a logo slide for the story at all. That helps me recover 3 additional slides, which gives me more options when I'm crafting the story now to do specialized things during the live stream. So I'll be able to display more letters, display more titles, do special effects, do all kinds of different things that I would not have been able to do before because I would have simply run out of space. So hopefully, once I render this and I render it without the music, it'll be a little less janky as well. So that's the hope. Okay, so I've saved this. Have I not? Yes, I have. All right, so that's good to go. I'm going to render that later. All right, so how are we doing on time here? Okay. Let's see. Next thing I want to do is I need to figure out my template for my in-game load screens. And I need to start getting the right images in there. So, let me see what I've got here. Somewhere in here. I saved a template for this. Load screens. It is not there. Graphics. It's probably not here either. Stream slides. No. Stream template. No. Sure it wasn't under this? Textures. All right, let's just open this. thought I had a Photoshop file for this already, but apparently I didn't. So we're going to open this. We're going to make one. Okay, this is the default. So what I did is I'm using the it's called the TESG load screen replacer. Basically what this guy has done is he's taken a bunch of really good screenshots and then he's processed them in Photoshop, much like I've done with my sketches. What I want to do is use his texture as a template for my textures so that I can get them lined up properly, and then we're going to do a test. All right? So let's go here. Stories, broken spear, stream slides. Okay. So we're going to pick one of these. And I'm going to pick this guy because it's just tons of fun. All right. So let's start with this. Now I'm thinking I have not seen any of his stuff that didn't line up perfectly on screen for me. So I'm going to start with his texture. And I'm going to place my own images just like his. Save one out. Okay. And we'll see if we can get this to work. All right. So, file. Save as. Okay. So, this is going to go to... I hit my shortcut. What am I doing? Steam apps. Special edition. Textures. And because this is load screens, it's under interface. TESG. Okay. And it's going to be the DDS file. Okay. So, I'm going to save it here. I'm going to overwrite 001. Replace it. Yes. Okay. Now, what I'm also going to do is so we can effectively test whether or not this is working. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to eliminate all the rest of these. So basically, it only has one texture to use. We're just eliminating a whole bunch of things from the pool in hopes that we'll be able to just see this one image and we can determine, oh, it's working, it's not working, it needs to move up, it needs to move down, whatever it is. Okay? So we got that. All right, let's try it. Hopefully it'll work. Hopefully this doesn't break it, just having one image in there. I've never tried it with just one image in there, but we need a way to test it. Right now I have 40 load screen entries in the mod. So there's a load screen entry in Creation Kit with a corresponding texture file. So I've got 40 entries in the ESP, but with only one texture. Now it's supposed to load them randomly, so I'm hoping it's just looking at a pool of images and picking one randomly. If that's the case, then this should work, but we'll see. So we're just going to load something up. It doesn't matter what. We're just interested in seeing the load screen. Well, shit. That's not working, is it? Oh, I see what it's doing. Oh, nuts. So it's going to draw, it's drawing images from a BSA file too. How would that work? Why would it do that? You son of a bitch. What I want to do is I want to make sure that I have it lined up all perfectly. I don't want to go and make a bunch of images for the load screen only to discover that they're all out of alignment. That doesn't make sense. I need to test it on one and be done with it. Yeah. So... I'll have to go and check and see what's happening. All right, we gotta do some fixing. Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb and 001 DDS. I go to data and I'll go all the way down here. Load screen BSA. Oh, look at that. I had created a backup, so let's delete that. Really, it was just all I was doing was saving the name. Alternate, creating an alternate name so it can't find it. All right. So we'll rename that, and we'll force it to go to the file hive and see if we can see now. Yeah, I've already recreated the file structure. For some reason, there was another copy of the BSA file in there. So at some point, I may have reinstalled the mod or restored something. So I think by eliminating that BSA file, renaming that BSA file, we'll force it to go to the file hive now. So even with one image in there, I think we'll get the one we need. So let's see. Now the trick here is we got to pay really close attention to what's going on, because I actually what I want to do is I want to load Skyrim because there's a longer load time with Skyrim. We got to pay attention because I got to decide, figure out what I need to do here. Okay, not loading at all. Okay. Maybe I need to have a minimum number in there. So we'll duplicate that sucker a couple of times and try it then. We're getting the purple texture of death, which is what you get when the texture is not available and it's loading the normal map behind it, or whatever that thing is called. Okay, so textures, interface. We just have to be able to test. So we're going to copy this, paste. Okay, call this 2. Okay, I'm going to create a total of 8. Maybe it'll be a little bit happier if it's got more to choose from, huh? Let's see, 4. This is how I got it working before. So we'll just do it again. Okay, so what did I just create? 5? Okay. All right, let's try it now. Trial and error, ladies and gentlemen. When I've tested it in the past, I've had at least a minimum of 10 in there. But I was hoping I could do it with just one, because I didn't want to have to create copies if I didn't have to. But my guess is maybe there's something about the script's random function that it just can't do it. Either that, or it has to have a matching number of entries in the ESP to the number of choices it has for textures. If that's the case, then we have to modify the ESP and bust it down to 8 entries, which we can also do. That would I would rather create my own entries in Creation Kit than to fuss around with a whole bunch of. It doesn't make any sense. So once we've got everything lined up, we'll have a template in Photoshop, and then we'll just be able to create them as many as we want, and we'll absolutely know for sure they're lined up perfectly. So hopefully. There we go. Perfect alignment. Edge to edge. Nice. All right, so we're going to save that Photoshop template. Bam. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so let's let this load, and then we're going to shut her down. Very good. Okay. Okay. So basically, we just got to come in here now. We're going to do File, Save As. What I'm going to do is temporarily, at least, I'm going to save this to the same folder that these things get saved into. All right? So we're going to go Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Special Edition, Data, Textures, Interface, TESG. And I'm going to save it right here. All right, so let's see. We'll just call it that. Okay. And the reason I'm doing that is because that also makes it its default load or default save location. So every time I do save as, we'll be saving right into the appropriate spot, and I won't have to navigate the file hive. Okay, I'm also going to make a copy of this, however, and just make sure that I have a backup of it stashed in here in case something catastrophic happens. Eventually, I will replace this backup with this version that I'm creating here, because this is the version that will have all the layers in it. All right? So, now if we go to Open Recent, okay, you know, let me think here. Probably the easiest way to do this, now that I'm thinking about it, would be to go here. We've already got these prepared, so let's focus on these to start with. Because these have already been completely processed. Okay, we got our guides on here, so we know that it's just going to be snapped right into place. So I'm going to do File, Save As. Okay. We're going to replace image 2. Okay. Now we are cooking with gas, as they say. Do they say that? Does anyone still say that besides my father? Okay. Now, when it comes to the load screens, now I'm okay with having some images of Kaleo, because we're also going to be replacing the messages in the mod with messages that don't have to do with standard Skyrim, but have more to do with the specifics of the story itself. So having images of Kaleo, I think, would be just fine. Okay. Let's make it a little easier on ourselves here. Okay, so we did this one. Now let's get this one of Cassius. Cassius Decianus. Okay. Love it. You guys, I'm so excited for this freaking story. I can't... the level of detail that I've put into the preparation for this story is beyond what I've done for anything, ever. So, that's why I've got a call out in the opener to all you guys for helping me out with this, because it's really helped give me perspective. It's helped to keep me on track. It's helped me to kind of take my time to focus on getting through the rest of Barbarian, which consequently, if I want to do this week, I've still got to package up these mods. That's why I'm focused on this mod right now. I want to get as much done on it as I can so I can pack it up and make a backup copy of it. Yeah. Now, images like this are going to be far better in load screens, right? Because we don't have any of the special effects obstructing the view that we have in the opener. All right, that brings us to this guy here. Now, I've done some testing, just going into the mod and modifying the messages. I've done, actually, I did a test version of this where I created a whole bunch of custom messages, and I was able to go into all the documents that I've created for Kaleo and his story so far and literally pull things right out of those documents and paste them into Creation Kit. And it just worked really great. I'm using a little prefix on them as a way to note the difference between Skyrim information and unpledged lore. So that it'll say unpledged lore and then have a colon and then have a statement that is pulled right from kind of my story prep documents. It's been working out pretty good. All right, so all right, we're getting there. Would like to just create a few more. All right, that brings us to 10. Now I may take another stab at this, but I tried unsuccessfully to create a Photoshop-based batch processing tool that would do this for me. I may take another stab at it now that I've actually got a template I know works. It would be really slick if I could basically run a batch process that would just take everything that was in that folder and convert it for me. I've done batch processing in Photoshop before, but this is a little bit more complicated because it needs to save it with the right name, and then it needs to increment with every image so that the numerical numbers are right. It's basically like a serial number for the image in a way. And I need that to not get screwed up, otherwise the mod won't work. They have to be numbered or labeled, files named properly, if you will. So I might experiment with that a little bit and see if I can come up with a batch process, but given how many other things I have to do right now, it's kind of far down on the list, but eventually I'm hoping to have that. Okay. So let's see. Let's find the keystroke here. Save as Shift Control S. To speed things up a little bit. That was number 13, but you can't stop at 13. All right, that would be unlucky. So let's get this one in there too. I'll stop at 14. How does that sound? All right, 14. All right, let's get in game and check it out. Yeah, 13 isn't necessarily an unlucky number. Both of my kids were born on the 13th in different months. All right. Let's see if we can get at least a couple of different looks here. I'm going to go to Dragon's Reach, and we'll just kind of go in and out the door. See what happens. Cassius. All right, edge to edge. Perfect. Going out. All right, we got people lined up at the border waiting to get in. And the Imperials are saying, "Show me your papers." Seriously, leave me alone. That's all cached now. So yeah, we're not getting low screens there. Fast travel. Let's go to the farm. See what's going on there. Ah. Now the one thing that we can account for is that there are other mods in the game that will install load screens, which sucks. So every once in a while, we're probably going to get one that just doesn't work. But as long as the vast majority of them are ones from our story, then awesome. I'm digging it. I'm digging it real hard, like. Oh, yeah, this is great. That is so great. Let's go kill a mate, huh? Hello. I need your house. Ho ho! Ooh, load screen. Nice. Ooh, that looks nice. Ooh. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, he's got like a lightning cloak thing going too. Ah, I don't like these default ones. I want the custom ones. All custom all the time, dude. I think I just need to make more. There we go. Bloody murder. Let's move on. There we go. Okay, this is great. Now, of course, the more that I put into the mix, the less likely we are to get the rando off-theme ones here. So when I get to the point where I want to start the game with 40, at least 40 in the mix. If I can get more than that, I will. But then as we're going along, I'm going to try to take screenshots in every live stream and incorporate those screenshots into the mod so that we're always getting new stuff. Now, the nice thing is, all I got to do is really drop them into that folder, and they're automatically sucked in, which will be pretty nice. Okay, so let's have a look at Creation Kit. All right, so for this, we require some data. This one and this one. And this one set as active. Go. Now what I'm doing here is taking an existing mod and just pirating it, right? Adding my own images in, changing the total number of images and entries, and saving it out as a custom mod. So many thanks to the author of the. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous mod. I mean, I never like bothered with things like load screen replacers, but I really, really love this one. It kind of makes me wish I had done it sooner because the artwork in it is fantastic. So highly recommend it. But if people are interested, at some point I will also make this available as a custom load screen thingamajig if you want it. So I think there are going to be a lot of mods from this series that will be publicly available with the help of Baofish. My plan is to be, helping him release these things, so you'll have access to at least some or all of the camping kit stuff. Hopefully you'll have access to the armor, access to, any custom NPCs we create, things like that. So the plan is to not be shy about releasing that stuff. So yeah, I'll make the load screen mod available. What I'll do is I'll make a version of it that doesn't have the custom Kaleo messages in it, has the default Skyrim messages in it, but has all the custom artwork. So that should be relatively easy. All I should have to do is make the entries. Okay, so these are the entries I'm talking about. Okay. These are the images. Now, what we did, right, is we created 1 through 14. So we've got some extra ones here that are from the default mod. So let's just start with the 14. Okay. So those are all marked. Delete. Let's save that. All right. Now, I'm going to go to the web. Okay. So, under Broken Spear, we've got lots of different documents. So if I go to something like Kaleo Ferrata, disgraced. I've got all this content. So I'm just going to look around for stuff here. Kaleo has been given the title Qui Simplici or Simplici, pronounced Simplici, which translates to unpledged one. All right. In the closed world of the Legion, being unpledged or without a division affiliation is considered a fate worse than death. That sentence right there would be actually a perfect little message to have on a load screen. So I'm going to copy that. All right, and we'll go up here to this guy. And all I got to do is drop it in there. So what I've been doing is I've been going in and adding in a prefix. Like that, so people can immediately tell when they're reading unpledged lore versus when they're reading standard Skyrim stuff. I want them to get into the habit of actually paying attention, and when they see unpledged to say, oh, look, that's something custom. Even if they don't finish reading it all, knowing that it has been modified specifically for the series, I think is important. Okay. So, done. Okay. So we got number 2. We'll go look for another one. Okay. The unpledged must perform all the tasks that a unit would normally share or distribute across a squad. That's good to know. These are all items that will help bring context to what's going on and be a gentle reminder. Okay. So these documents ended up being like a gold mine of useful information. Okay. 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 Prior to being released back into service, Simplici are given a tattoo that makes them easier to identify in the ranks. That is a good, concise statement that provides a nice little nugget of information. What we're looking for are, you know, bits of information that are roughly the same length as the typical thing that you would find. Now, on my machine is running fast enough that I don't see these for very long. But I have to also be cognizant of the fact that, you know, when this is streaming, I don't know, maybe that'll be different. I don't know. So I'm trying to keep them brief because obviously they're seeing these things through my eyes on my machine. And because my machine loads screens pretty darn fast, I'm trying to, keep them as concise as possible. Okay. So, like this one here. The elaborate nature of these funerals is often determined by the crimes and the deeds of the unpledged in question. So, let's take this part here. Unpledged funerals are often referred to as parties for the guilty. Okay, get that in there. This one, did I put the prefix in? I did not. All right. Let's put in one more here since I have set up. The symbol of the unpledged is the dog. Okay. So I'm going to create a sentence with this. Okay, the symbol of the unpledged is emblematic of the dirty or stray dog. Okay, so you get the idea here. So going forward, I'm going to have to duplicate these and create them myself, which isn't that big a deal. All right, and it already has the right name. Now, in this case, it is kind of nice. So I got to match it up with an existing image. Okay, I got it. So the message matches with an image. Okay, that makes sense. It'll already have the unpledged prefix in it, so I just need to come up with the statement I'm going to put in there. So let's look in the spirituality document here. Kaleo is a follower of the philosophy of the Red Guard god Hunding. That is a great statement there. Boom. Done. And look at that. It's going to increment those for me. Which is perfect. And we select image 7. Now we just need some copy. Okay. In his travels, he came to appreciate the many and varied tribal traditions of the Red Guard peoples. So we could call it right there. Paste that in. In his travels, what we'll do is we'll say Kaleo did. Came to appreciate the many and varied tribal traditions of the Red Guard peoples. Okay. All right. So, I think that's pretty good. So we've got, half of the messages done for our initial 14 images. I'll go through and update those. All right. But I'll do it off camera. So let's save this. Let's try launching the game, see if we can bump into any of these at all. I'm not sure what the likelihood is, but let's give it a shot. It might be more likely now that I've eliminated some of those references to other images. Or it might completely explode and destroy my computer. If that happens, then I'll move on to a different hobby. Load. Unpledged. In the closed world of the Legion, being unpledged or without a division affiliation is considered a fate worse than death. Nice. And that's a good match for that image. I like it. A fate worse than death. Yes, where can I travel to? How about here, or wait, even better. Where is the thing with the stuff? Magnus. What? That's Dragon Bridge. Why am I so freaking disoriented right now? Okay. All right. Okay. Rorikstad. Old Roller. Huh. Weird, man. I'm looking for Skyhaven Temple, Skyhaven Forge. I don't even know what Skyhaven Forge is. Let's go to Rorikstad. Kaleo is a follower of the philosophy of the Red Guard god, Hunding. Thanks for that information, CouchWarrior. You're a peach. Well, thank you. You're welcome. Anything I can do for my viewers, you know I will do it. Because I just like to go the extra mile for my viewers. Stamina. Okay. Altar of her scene. No. Enemies are nearby. I'm not scowling, am I? Oh, I'm placid. I'm feeling quite good, as a matter of fact. I hear you, creature.
And you got a brick face.
I'll end your miserable life.
I'll see you. I love a challenge.
Are we finished with this shit now? Baked potatoes. Is it? All right, let's try one more time. Bleak Wind Bluff. Where's that? Let's go look. Unpledged. In his travels, Kaleo came to appreciate the many and varied tribal
Never should've
customs of
come.
the Suction Cities. Are you coming, soldier? Let us see what is up here. Well, hello there. Very fearsome. Very fearsome indeed. Come, get up. Oh, yes.
then all of the reach. Victory is yours.
Fucking shit.
Thanks, Nicholas.
Ugh.
This ends now.
Right. See if we got anything to resist. Resist cold, 20%. Can I do better than that? 40%. Let's regenerate, as well as top off that. Stamina, stamina.
Will you fall down and flee, cadet?
Close the gap, close the gap, close the gap. Hello. Keep one busy while I'm killing the other.
You've already lost.
Oh.
This is the end for you. You're nothing.
Fire through your hag raven. Put her out of her misery.
You've already
Come,
lost.
engage with me. Let's do this. Ah, now I've got the high ground, eh? Come on. Oh, shit.
Like the bite of a flea.
All right, this is defensible. I can do this.
You can't beat me.
Come on. Oh, yes, I can beat you. Come. Come up the stairs. There you go. There you go. That's excellent. Next. Now it is time to run, Archer. Now it is time to run from Kineo. Ah, I see. Ah, boy. Coming after Kaleo with flames is not a good idea. Cold, on the other hand, not great. You are going to fall. Shit. Alright, maybe he'll come back up. I don't know. Wow, there were a lot of Forsworn here. Holy shnikes. Holy shnikes! Forsworn looter.
First you, then all of the Reach.
Oh, I love that side attack, that side power attack when I've got the stamina for it. Holy shit!
Swear I'll
Who's
kill
next?
you.
Oh, nice. Rapid succession. Excellent. You are getting your blood up, eh? Good job. Excellent job. Well done. Oh, do you need a job? Got some ideas. All right. huge pile of bodies here. I feel in my element. Where is that archer? Okay. Excellent. Okay, this is working. Let's see. Oh, shit. Still enemies nearby. Must be that last remaining archer. There's some fool running around down there. Well, hello there.
Pick him up while you still can. The Cabal will be rightfully ours.
I'll have your head.
I am coming.
There's no escape. I'll make you pay.
Damn you!
Come.
I'll see you in pieces.
Oh,
You don't have a chance.
I do have a chance. It is you who fails to have a chance. Anyone else? Shit. I see you. I am coming for you. You are on the wrong side.
Oh!
There we go. Ah, gems. Yeah, these Forsworn, they never have anything good to loot. Oh, for me? What are you saying? Nothing. Perhaps if I liked venison. Ah, mage. Come closer.
I can.
Come closer. All right. She has power. What do we have? Various things. How about some resist magic for fun, eh? Press the attack.
Victory is yours. I submit.
Too late. Hunding's cock. Never have I seen so many Forsworn in one spot. You were the one with the gem, yes? Oh, you crash. That's too bad. Too many Forsworn in my life. All right, that was fun. All right, we can close that down. I don't know. That's pretty good for a night, I think. So, what have we accomplished? We have gotten a bunch of pretty bomb screenshots. We've created a new Photoshop template for our load screens. We've created a bunch of load screens. We've updated our mod. I am going to now go and render the intro, and I will post it to Discord within the hour so you guys can have a look and let me know what you think of the end result. Hopefully it looks good. I'm going to just kind of do an evaluation of it and decide, you know, if I feel like I need to swap anything out. Otherwise, at that point, I think it's almost done. I'm still considering some of the wording that fits in there. But for the most part, that's done, and then it will be time to move on to the prologue. So, thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I really do appreciate it. I don't know what the rest of the week looks like. The plan is to hopefully do a Barbarian live stream on Thursday. If I can get all of these new mods I have created packed up and stashed away so that I can change profiles by Wednesday night. So that is the plan. Thank you all very much, and thank you all for your continued support. And I will see you later this week. Bye-bye.